Private driveway, no public access. Authorized vehicles do not block gate. Okay, I'm not going to go in there because obviously I would be trespassing. Okay, now this sign says dogs must be leashed beyond this point. You are entering the trailhead leash area. Well, beyond this sign is actually where I was, and I'm coming into Baseline Reservoir, the area just east of Baseline Reservoir, and Dry Creek Trail. Hi, this is Bruce the Last Nail. Hope you're doing well out there in YouTube land. And I mentioned that I'm going to be walking around, I'm going to be taking a lap around the Dry Creek Trail. I haven't done a hiking video in a while, or this is actually more of a walk than a hike, so I'm going to turn this around. And this is a map of the trail. It's not a long trail. I think it comes out to around 1.5 miles. And there's a dam right here. There's Baseline Reservoir. And again, this is the Dry Creek Trail. So this is the beginning of the trail. And first thing is we're January 3rd. It's around 1:30-ish. I think maybe a little bit before 1:30. There's one thing that you notice on this trail is there's a lot of dogs. Out here, a lot of people like to take their dogs out for a walk. Okay, so it's been my experience on this trail that the dogs and their people are very well behaved. Never had a problem. Oh, the dogs will, they usually do their doggy things. They sniff each other and say hi and goodbye. I never see any fights or anything like that. So let's hike or let's walk. Now, as you can see, it's a beautiful sunny day. There's just a really light breeze going on. And this kind of gives you the lay of the land where I'm at. There's one of the signs. They talk about a small snail. Big problem. I guess the New Zealand mud snails. They're an invasive species. They can stick to boots, paws, making them easy to transport. And there's a close-up of what they look like. So this is one of the trails that I come if I want a quick walk. And as I said, I wouldn't call this a hike or anything, but it's a real friendly trail. It's a beautiful day. It's a Saturday, 2026, my first video that I'm filming this year. I have some in the works right now, but those are back from October. So, but it's a beautiful day. It's probably for this time of the year, in the high 50s, low 60s. A lot of people out in shorts and t-shirts. You can see that there's quite a few people out here. I said the dogs are here's a dog. Thought he had a ball or something in his mouth. This is the area that I'll be hiking. It's a little bit of open space, but I'm going to zero in. I'm going to scope in on the Rocky Mountains back there. And like I said, it's a beautiful day. Those are the flat irons that Boulder is famous for. As I said, people are around here walking their dogs. So this in here is a little area that Dry Creek runs through. And it's probably why they call it Dry Creek, because right now it happens to be dry. It is kind of pretty in here. Doesn't look that pretty because we're in winter time. We're in early winter and all the trees have lost their leaves, and this is what they look like without their leaves. So this is my first video that I've gone out to film since the passing of, and I didn't know whether to mention this or not or just let it go, but since the passing of Adam the Woo back out in Florida. I saw a video this morning where somebody came in and cleaned up his house. I would imagine the family probably felt that the people honoring the home, they probably had enough time to go by to honor Adam. And, we're certainly going to miss Adam the Woo. But he's got like 5,000 plus videos up between his two channels now. I haven't seen anything yet on any kind of a celebration ceremony or some kind of a funeral yet. I'm going to keep my eyes open. But one thing I do know about Adam, and I certainly got this impression from some of the people that knew him the best, is he would most likely say, get the heck out there and film. That's what he was about. Now I'm on the north side of the Dry Creek Trail. This almost looks like a Christmas tree farm. I mean, I don't know what it is. I know it's someone's private property because there's a fence right there, but it looks like it might be someone's Christmas tree farm because the trees in here look like they've been planted in rows. And maybe they just decided to plant the trees or somehow plant them and get out of the business and just go ahead and let them grow. They're really beautiful. I don't know what kind of pines they are. They're long-needled. They almost look like Monterey pines. So here's a big, either dogwood or cottonwood. This thing is huge. And this is right on this side of the Baseline Reservoir Dam. I'm definitely below water level here. But as I go up this trail, this is more south, we'll get up at water level, and I'll let you see what it looks like. Oh, guess what? It says, you are being watched. Trespassers will be prosecuted. Okay.
Somewhat about
Now, one thing I know is this reservoir is a private reservoir, and sounds like it's pretty adamant that they do not want people trespassing. Now, let's see. I'm going to point my camera. That is Long's Peak that I'm zooming in on. Here's the expanse of the reservoir. I'm just going to do a pan. You know, one thing I noticed is the ripples in the water are coming at me, and I've noticed also that it's cooled off, probably around 5 degrees. I can feel it. So I think the surface air is moving along the water, and the water's probably cooled the air off a little bit. That's just what I think, not knowing much about weather. Okay, now I'm going to zero in. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a building up there about halfway up the mountain. That is the National Center for Atmospheric Research. That's NCAR. I don't want to get political or anything like this, but to show that up there and not say something, the current administration is threatening to defund NCAR. And I know our 2 senators out here in Colorado are going to put up a fight to keep it open. So I hope they keep it open. It's a great place to drive up to and just park your car and go hiking, because there's a really nice trailhead up there. Okay, so I'm now at the southern end of the Dry Creek tail, and you can probably tell there's a hill that's just at the north end, or just north of me, north of where I'm going. So the other thing I want to say about Adam is, I think I said this before, you know, I've seen probably at least 1,000 of his videos, at least. And I just love the guy. You know, you got to know him. He didn't leave, you know, he put it out. As I say, he left it on the field. A lot of the people that were real close to him said that he was the same way on camera as he was in person. He was very generous, you know. So one of the things I can say is, you know, get in regular doctor visits. You're never too old to do this stuff. This year, 2026, I will turn 70. I'm going to turn 70 in about 2.5 months. In March, I will turn 70. And I'm out there doing this. I'm out there getting out there walking. I'm getting out there exercising. I'm watching what I eat. I'm largely on, little doggy came up and said hi. That was real sweet. Had my hand down and I got licked. So that was real sweet. So get out there and do your thing. Do what's beneficial to you. I don't know if you could see this or not, but that's like a 4. There. It was like a 4-engine, almost. I can't really do that. I was going to turn around and follow the plane, but I would have been right in the sun, so that wasn't going to work. Oh, here's a fence post. There's a house. Probably when I started the video, that driveway probably belongs to the owners of this property over here. I've been here in the spring and summer, and it's really beautiful. In here, the grass is real green. Just a nice, beautiful Colorado home. Here's a better view of it. They must have kids living here, because I don't know if you can see if there's a little small yellow tractor. And we got some doggies over there. I think they're on the other side of the fence, so I think they want to come out and say hi. Okay, so I finished the loop. The loop in there, I think, might be a little more than 6/10. I think there's a little bit of that's not coming through on the map. So it might be more like 8/10. I don't think it's quite a mile. And then I think this is about a little more than a quarter mile back to the parking lot. There's some power lines. I have to tell you, every time I see a power line like this anywhere, it reminds me when I was a kid watching on TV some of the Japanese monster movies, especially the early Godzillas, just to kind of give you an idea of how big Godzilla was. He was bigger than these power lines, and he would knock them all down. He didn't care. Okay, well, I'm pretty much finished here. I'm about a couple of 100 yards away from the parking lot, but I think that's going to do it. I want to thank you for coming along with the walk with me. And usually I say for the ride or something like that, but this was a walk. This wasn't even a hike, like I said, but I just wanted to get out and enjoy the beautiful day that it is, and get out and just do a quick video, kind of for no reason at all. Goodbye, and have a great day, and have a better New Year's.